JoJo might be one of the most random ass show ever. Because what the hell? Give me whatever Rocky was on because that's some tough stuff. The title JoJo's Bizarre Adventure might seem a little bit optimistic. Let me tell you a story. A great wizard once said,
I wish none of this had happened.
So do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us.
So I decided to use my time wisely and watch JoJo's Part 1 to Part 5 and forget about it. But I want to talk about things I actually remember.
No!
Part 1 had the greatest battle in all of shonen manga and anime history. It was complete cinema.
Good! Oh no! Okay! Oh my god!
Just to get it out of the system, in terms of rating, I would give Part 1 a 8 out of 10. Part 2, 7, 6 out of 10, probably a 7. Part 3, 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. Part 4, 7, and then Part 5 also with 7. It feels like every episode is just a fresh meal. Got some pizza there, some burgers there, some pasta here. Everything just flows perfectly. So much content and so much sauce.
Wee. Wee.
In terms of reasons why people like JoJo, I think there's 4 main reasons. First of all, I love the idea that Araki is able to separate the actual serious parts with the humor. Of course, the whole show is memes, everything, but like the one thing I hated about Fullmetal Alchemist was that the humor, the gags were so goddamn irritating. It just made me like uninterested in the show, kind of distracted with the main plotline and everything like that. The other 3, are the villains. Villains are most consistent showcase in all of shonen manga and anime, possibly if I'm forgetting something. But possibly Attack on Titan, possibly Naruto, but like it stands as a ground with any shonen manga villains. The world building is the background, like details that aren't important to the main story, is pretty interesting. I like, for instance, like One Piece, it has like these unique world building moments that it just like expands on the world and makes it more natural, feeling more and more and more well developed and more realistic, but it isn't realistic. It feels like the world that they're living in makes sense with all the economy system, the politics, the government, everything. That, of course, there aren't any politics for JoJo's. It's more of a congested and small world showcase kind of thing. It doesn't really expand on the rest of the stuff. It just feels so alive with the adventures of creatures, the clothing, especially the clothing, man. The clothing is so goddamn iconic. The final part is the characters themselves. Man, the characters, oh my god. How Araki is able to properly connect the bloodlines of both Joestars and Dio. It's like he's playing volleyball with how he's able to sync in with 2 characters perfectly. And sometimes just so, like that's probably the whole bundle of reasons why I just kept going on, because sometimes it is exhausting to just constantly go through some side plot lines that aren't important to the main plot line. It's kind of boring here and there. It's not full on, it's not like some stupid shit that isn't needed. Of course it's fun, it's expanding your world and everything that. The characters feel cartoonish in a way where they're bizarrely moving around, their bodies flex in a way or stretch in a way that is abnormal. The colors and the texture of the fabrics, all of the objects around the individual and the surrounding feeling is just unnatural. It's very unique in sense where it's completely different from any other anime or manga, which just makes it so much more special. And it's just some random bullshit, to be honest with you, but character designs, all of that is just so unusual. It's so goddamn detailed and amazing, but it doesn't feel real. It just doesn't feel like a shonen manga. The shadowing, the tone of the sketches and everything, that the clothing pretty much drawn in a way that it feels so fluffy. And of course, it has so much references. All of it just kind of combines into a smooth and clean designs for each character. And in general, with the movements of the characters and the way that they talk, they make it so dramatic. The way that they specify specific words, or they
そのマスターつまりベーション
scream out actions that they're gonna do as like that's typical shonen, but like it's like it builds on the characters themselves. Of course, there's a very serious sense and tone for each of these characters. That's the one I feel is the most interesting part of them. Like even though there's some crazy and some random things happening around them, they're always serious. They're always bizarrely serious. Without any context, you would believe that they are in some sort of dream scenario, but all of them are just real life things, you know? JoJo has so much impact on pop culture. It is pretty much pop culture. The way the poses, the clothes, the style of drawings and everything like that. In fact, it's so much media. It's become such an influential piece of literature that has impacted the whole industry. It will always be one of the most iconic pieces of media of all time. That's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed my ideas, opinions of JoJo's part 1 through 5. I'm probably gonna make a new video expanding on what I've said because I'm gonna say much. Also, I'm gonna read and watch part 6 and 7 of JoJo's. It may be 8 and 9 if I have any time, but see you guys later. Please subscribe, like, and shit, and bye bye.